All right, guys, welcome back. I wanted to go ahead. I wanted to do a video for today. Um, just kind of running you through my boat and you know how I have it set up for different applications or whatever. So I'm going to do today. So I just got back from the river and caught one fish, but it's winter, so whatever. But I've got my boat set up right now for the river, so I'm going to kind of run you through, just go kind of bow to stern and show you how I set everything up and how I set things up. Basically, works for me, may not work for you, but yeah. So we'll get started here. So number one thing. Let me see if I'm still working with this stick thing, so y'all bear with me. So right here, my boat is it's a 2016 Nucanoe Pursuit. It's a great boat. It's an awesome lake boat, and to be as big as it is, it's not really that bad in the river. If anybody knows anything about Nucanoe, you've got these tracks right here in the floorboard that run the length of the boat, and the seat actually mounts into those tracks, so you can trim the seat forward and aft to basically trim the boat out and distribute the weight good to where you can you have good turning or good speed, good paddling and whatnot. So on the river, what I found is the first time I took this boat out on the river, I found that if I keep my seat in the middle of the boat, it doesn't turn worth a crap. So what I've done is I figured out that on the river, if I trim the seat as far back as I can put it, it raises the bow, raises the nose up out of the water, and allows it to to turn better, because there's not so much of the boat actually in the water. So just a little fun fact, whatever. But okay, we'll get to this. So on the front here, like I said, this is a Nucanoe Pursuit. So on the front, I have a Nucanoe bow mount trolling motor mount. I do have a bow mount trolling motor that I put on this for the lake, but it's not on here today. I have a quick release system that's put on here where all I gotta do is pull a pin and the whole motor comes up and it goes off. But so for today, like I said, let me do this. I run the Anchor Wizard chute off the front, with a drag chain. I don't have the chain on it, but I've got two sections of 1 foot long logging chain basically that I hook to this, so the chain hangs off the front, and if I want to stage up and anchor down, I can just release the Anchor Wizard and this whole thing drops down. I'll do that real quick right here. So quarter turn, and the anchor chain just falls like that, and it's a really good way to hold position in current. It keeps your bow facing up, upstream, so you can hit these spots and hit these little pockets and laydowns and stuff like that from the downstream portion, and bring your lures back down to you for a better presentation. So basically, like I said, you got your front hatch right here, nothing new, nothing special. I do have a tether here. It's wrapped around my anchor stick. So this is basically just my tether, with a pull string, so with a T-handle. This is for a lot of things that we run, a lot of rivers we float. They have some good rapids on them, but carrying $300-400 worth of fishing gear, you don't like really running rapids, so we have to get out and walk them, and it's a lot easier to have a rope tied to the bow of your boat so that you can basically get out, walk the shoals or walk through the rapids, let your boat float out in front of you, and let it ease down the shoals, and you just walk behind it pretty much. Alright, so the next thing going on down, I have the Nucanoe Dashboard XL. This dashboard right here is a updated version of the other dashboard. This was kind of one dashboard to I guess you could say one dashboard to replace them all or whatever. So this dashboard will fit on the Pursuit, it'll fit on the Flint, it'll fit on the F10 and the F12. You just have to loosen these two screws right here, put them in different positions to turn the risers on the bottom, and you can easily move it from one boat to another. Going on back, right in front of the dashboard, I have a Ram X Grip. This is I do a lot of filming with my phone, just because I haven't got the money yet to get a decent GoPro or style action camera. I have an action camera, but it's a cheap one, and I can't get it to work right. So this is a Ram X Grip, and I have a double ball right here with an extra section of extender, so I can get it, high up, whatever. I can get it closer to me, so I can reach it, whatever. On the other side over here, I'm not good at this camera crap. Here, I'm gonna take this out of this stupid holder. There we go. All right, that's better. I'm not good at using that thing. So on the other side here, I have a section of Mighty Mount XL. This is the smallest section that you can get. I have a roto grip on here, paddle holder, and then I also have another roto grip up here on the dashboard. It just depends on, if normally I'll put my paddle up here if I'm standing, and if I'm sitting, I'll put it down here in the bottom. Attached to the tracks on this side is a Yak Attack T-Rain. I'll hook my foam, my pliers to that, whatever, just so if I need them, I can just stretch it out, do what I need to do, and it goes right back into play. No issues with anything like that. So going on back, the Nucanoe Pursuit has built-in rod tubes that go through the front of the boat all the way to the bow. So it's got these little ring straps to hold these down. So right here I've got a spinning reel and a bait caster. So if you look, it starts way up here in the front, and it goes, little channel goes all the way down, and then the rod butts sit right here in the back, and they kind of stage up right there. Coming on forward, I've got the Yak Attack cup holder, because you can't ever have too many of these things. These are great. I use it, of course, be a cup holder, or to hold some cutting utensils, baits that you're not using. I actually pulled this out of a tree this morning. It's a baby torpedo. So also I have the brand new, I got them for Christmas this week, the Nucanoe foot pegs. I've been running, the Pursuit has heel cups that are molded in on either side of the floorboard. I've been just using those, and they work fine, but man, these foot pegs are awesome. I love it. On the other side over here, I've got the Anchor Wizard, the low profile version. I've got it hooked to the track right here. So right at the floor, where I don't have any issues with it. I thought about putting it up here, but I don't like it being that close to the seat. So I do have two sections of Yak Attack Mighty Mount on this side of the gunnel and the opposite side over there, in case I want to mount anything on the gunnels. Got a donkey leash right here on a donkey leash hook or whatever on a Never Lost Gear leash. Have another donkey leash under here just because I got it brand new today and wanted to see it, wanted to use it. Moving on back, I have two Yak Attack Omega Pros in the floor tracks in the back. Normally these are pointed out this way towards the rear, but in transport I keep my rods in the boat, and I actually turn them sideways because they help hold the rods in. Because I was actually doing a tournament in Canton one time, and this rod right here, this Lew's Xfinity combo, bounced out of the kayak going down the interstate and got ran over and broke the rod to pieces, but I saved the reel, and Lew's was awesome. They were nice enough to send me a new rod. All I had to do was pay shipping for it. So Underneath the seat here, so I've got the Nucanoe Pinnacle seat. It's the 360 seat, so it's got a locking swivel, but also with the swivel on it, it allows for you. So this is my Nucanoe Flint catchboard. It allows for me to slide that thing right in there, and it tucks it up under the seat and out of the way. You can see right here, this is the locking swivel. It's real easy to operate. It's got this rod right here. Sorry, it's hard to see. You just push that back, and then the seat will actually swivel however you want it to, and then you lock it into place. Coming on back, the Pursuit has 2 flush mount rod holders, one on either side, with covers for them, of course. This is the Yak Attack Black Pack. This is the Nucanoe version of the Black Pack, so it's got the hinges on it that allow the lid to stay open. And I can talk about what I've done to it in another video, so that's fine. What I did do though is on this Pursuit, I wanted something different instead of having latches that hooked it into the track. So what I did is I put these pad eyes in, 2 on this side, 2 on the other side, and I ran bungee through here. Then I also went and I bought the Omni clips that come on the Bonafide SS127 and the 107, and I ran it through this bungee. So all I have to do when I want to put my black pack in is just reach up and hook it into those, and it holds it firm. It's loose, but it's not gonna fall out. So I've got one there, and then I got one on the back here, and it like I said, it holds it well. This is the Nucanoe track strap, so it's a good little thing to use to hold down a battery box or a cooler, whatever you want to use. I also have 2 sections of track on either side of the gunnels back here, and then I have a section of Mighty Mount track right here on the transom with another Anchor Wizard chute on the back here. That's mainly for lake purposes. When I don't really care to anchor off the front, I just turn my Anchor Wizard around, run the cord back here, and hang the drag chain off the back. So same principle as the front. That is pretty much it, I believe. Like I said, I just got a yak stick anchor pole, and I used it this morning. I just basically took it, and when I wanted to anchor in real shallow water, I would just stick it through the scupper hole and stab it into the sand, and it held me pretty good. But eventually what I'm going to do is build me a manual power pole. I have one already, but it won't work right with this boat. I'm gonna rebuild it and make it different to use that yak stick for. Basically, it's going to hang off the transom, and I'll have a rope attached to it to bring it up and let it down. But yeah, so on this side of the 360 Pinnacle seat, I have a Yak Gear accessory bag. What I did is I just took these 2 screws out of the seat frame, put the bag on, and put the screws back in. And it's basically just a little side seat storage, and it works great. For little odds and ends or pliers or whatever. But if you have any questions about my boat, like I said, this is a Nucanoe Pursuit. It's 13.5 feet long, and she's a heavy beast, but it's a great river boat once you adjust it right, trim your seat back and forth. If y'all have any questions about my boat, I'm gonna do a review of the boat by itself, and maybe show you like a stability test, stuff like that, on a later date, when it gets warmer, because it's really cold right now. And I'll get out on the water and show you how stable it is, and try to flip it and stuff like that when I really don't care about getting wet. But like I said, thank y'all for watching. Got any questions, put them in the comments, and I will do my best to get back to them. Y'all have a good one.